about yourself. Who is Tshepo Kgare?
Tshepo Kgare is a young girl, a girl from Soweto. I grew up in Soweto, I was born and bred in Soweto. Went to school, boarding school in Limpopo. Every time I passed the school, I'm like, I can't believe I came out of there. But you know, in '86, when there were riots in Soweto, so most parents were sending kids to boarding school. So I ended up in Limpopo, and I'm a very private person. I'd like to think I'm very humble. Growing up, my mom always used to emphasize the importance of humility. She always said, if you don't humble yourself, God will humble you. So you do that. So, and of course, I'm sure from there you can gather. I am a Christian, so very faith-based type person. Go to church every Sunday, okay, before lockdown. But so virtual is working well, so I think I've sort of adapted to that. I like working with people. I enjoy talking to people one-on-one, and I think this works because I do get to share a bit more about myself in one-on-one conversations. But so that's just the personality. I mean, my character is built from just drawing inspiration from the women in my life, largely my mom and my grandmother. My mother, who's super humble and very nice, and my grandmother, who's very firm and with a very strong personality. And I think I've drawn from both those characters. I am very driven professionally, and I think I've had an exciting career. I've lived in various parts of the world, and I've enjoyed that tremendously. One of the things I missed the most, sort of coming back to South Africa, was having jobs that did not give the space for extensive travel. But I find as I got older, I don't really, I'm not crazy about it as much, because I almost feel like I've seen many cities.
Name quite a couple of the cities you've been to, or the countries you've been to.
Well, I've lived in Washington DC, I've lived in the UK, different parts of the UK. I've lived in Addis Ababa, in Ethiopia, and probably one of my lasting experiences, actually. Ethiopia is a special kind of place. I don't think it's a place you choose, but once you've been, it's a place you never forget, because of their sort of strong sense of being. They're very proud people. They're the only country in Africa to have never been colonized, so they're very proud of that heritage. I've lived in Lusaka, just around the corner, so I think yeah, from that perspective, I really, and I mean, Ethiopia, you almost meet anyone from anywhere in the world. It's one of the countries, I think after New York and Belgium, it has the most number of embassies and international diplomats.
Wow.
So from that perspective, you met pretty much anyone from anywhere in the world.
What is your vision for the RSR? The future vision?
Look, RSR, I think we've done really well as an organization in the last couple of years. I've been arguing that with clean audits and all, it's clear that from an administration point of view, we are doing the right things. We've managed to pursue clean governance. We've been able to manage the finances better and all of that. So we achieve 100% performance. So when you look at us, if you're very inward looking, you see that we've made a lot of progress. But I still believe that we need to get to a point where there's impact. BRASA should feel that there is an RSR, or at the very least, we should be able to show the impact that we've had on industry at large. So beyond just running the organization well, achieving these 100%, our 100% we need to find a way to translate them into visible impact in the sector.
And the final question, CEO. So a couple of weeks ago, the white paper on the national rail policy was launched. How do you see the policy changing the rail landscape?
Look, I think the rail policy is something that we've been waiting for a very long time. I remember when I first moved back to South Africa, which was about 2011, 2012, they were launching the green paper or something along those lines. But they were initiating the process to develop a policy. And it seems like it's taken us about 10 years just to get to it. But I think we are proud to say it's there, and RSR will be supporting the Department of Transport in the launch, which is something that we're really proud of. But just from the sector perspective, it will obviously, it means for a lot of people that hopefully it will invigorate the sector. It encourages a lot of private participation within the railway sector, and for RSR specifically, it also advocates for us doing safety critical grades, which is something that we've always wanted to do. Obviously, this has to translate into legislation for us to be able to do the work, but at this stage, at least it does move in that direction.